Today we're going to be looking at how to subtract integers. Specifically, we're going to be looking at how to subtract a negative integer from a positive integer. We have a couple of examples that we're going to work through together here, so let's get started. For question number 1, we're being asked to subtract negative 4 from 6. And as we can see up top here highlighted in yellow, whenever we're subtracting negative integers, our answer is going to increase in value. So we're going to solve this subtraction problem by adding the opposite. So our 6 is going to remain a 6, but instead of subtracting, we're now going to be adding by the opposite value that we were subtracting. And the opposite value of negative 4 is positive 4. And when we add 6 plus 4, we get 10. So when we subtract negative 4 from 6, we get the answer of positive 10. So I'm sure you're wondering, how exactly does subtracting something lead to an increase in value? Well, we can think of this negative 4 as a debt that we're getting rid of. If we got rid of this debt of negative 4, then we would be left with 10 in total. And to make sense of this, well, let's decide that we're going to start up a little lemonade stand. And this lemonade stand cost us $4 to set up. So this $4 is going to be a debt. And in one day of sales, we were able to make $10 for one day of sales. And now if we're calculating our profit for the day, well, that means that we're going to subtract our $4 debt from our $10 in profit for one day of sales. So that's going to give us a profit in total of $6. So now let's say that the person that loaned us this initial $4 said to us, you know, I don't actually want that $4 back. I want you to keep it. So we're going to be subtracting that negative. We're subtracting that $4 in debt. So when we have our $10 from one day worth of sales, we're actually able to keep that full $10 in sales. So since we're taking away a negative or we're taking away a deficit, it results in a net positive. Now moving on to question number 2, where this time we're being asked to subtract negative 11 from 2. So just like what we did with the first problem, we're going to solve this by adding the opposite. So our 2 is going to remain a 2, but now we're going to be adding by the opposite of negative 11. And the opposite of negative 11 is 11. So when we add 2 plus 11, we get the answer of positive 13. So when we subtract negative 11 from 2, we get the answer of positive 13. So hopefully by now you understand how to subtract integers, specifically how to subtract a negative integer from a positive integer. Help make math less complicated by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. As always, enjoy today's math journey.